I was originally going to title this playlist songs that I think a film bro would listen to, and then I realized that I like all of the songs that I put on there, and then other people like the songs that I put on there, and then I just added more songs and then removed some. So now it's just a playlist of music that I like. So that's where it is. That's where it is now. Radiohead is kind of an insufferable band, but they have this style of what I call mature angst, and sadly I feel drawn to it. I just can't help myself. Especially this song. I really like this one song. I'm a big fan of Toad the Wet Sprocket, and this song is one of their biggest hits. The lyrics just talks about overcoming depression and epiphanies, and I don't know. All I know is that it sounds good. TV Girl is known to be somewhat misogynistic in their lyrics, whether they're playing into a stereotype or not. They start the song with, "She said, how could you joke at a time like this?" which cascades the rest of the song to where the narrator is just arguing against the wall and feeling sorry for himself, hence the birds don't sing, girls don't call, that's just how they say goodbye. Out of all the Mac DeMarco songs, this is his most depressing. This entire song is just about someone feeling out of place and realizing that they will be alone for the rest of their life, never to be remembered compared to the better men. A great song to make you feel worse. This song is weirdly complex for something that was unreleased. The overarching story doesn't make much sense to me because of how non-linear it is, and I believe it's about self-harm and insecurity, but it just kind of comes off as a mess, and that's even what makes it better, you know? The Smiths are known similarly to TV Girl with their misogyny and Morrissey just being problematic. This song starts with, "Sweetness, I was only joking when I said I'd like to smash every tooth in your head," which on its own is a bit, And then Morrissey says, "Now I know how Joan of Arc felt," which also, I get that the meaning of the song is just Morrissey showing his hatred towards the music industry, but I don't know why he's got to compare himself to Joan of Arc. I get it's a satire, you know. Then he starts talking about how she's got a Walkman in the, what was it? What year was she alive? 1431, something like that. I don't think they had those back then. This song is just so smooth and so breezy, and I don't know, it popped up in my feed one time, I just kept listening to it. And then I went to Austin Pets Alive one time, and they had a Best of Bread album, and they had the two Bread songs that I like on it, and I was so happy, because it was only $1. This song feels very slice of life to me. You know, it's about learning your mistakes, and instead of feeling deeply regretful or apologetic, it's about just continuing to keep going. There's the classic phrase, "It is what it is," but it's interpreted differently with "we'll all float on" as just a way of moving yourself forward, realizing that mistakes will always happen in life. Let's be honest here, this song is silly. It's almost a parody of itself, saying "show me a word that rhymes with pavement," and I think since this is a B-side, there just isn't any meaning to the song. It's just supposed to sound catchy and funny. Jeff Magnum has a very strange obsession with Anne Frank, and it's very apparent in this one album. Some people have said that this album has a similar feel to Fairy Tales, and I have to agree. Their style is very unique, you know, with the different instruments they use, the vocals and the guitar bass boosted, just very different. This is such a 90s song, you know, you hear it and you're like, that's what, I mean, I wasn't alive then, but this is what I assume the 90s sounded like, you know. Jakob Dylan has that like grovelly, I don't know, musician voice that's so apparent in other 90s songs, you know, specifically like Matchbox 20. I think this song gets misinterpreted as just being sad, but it's actually very hopeful. This song kind of reminds me of the two sides to the phrase "life doesn't matter." You can either feel full of dread or optimistic. And this song is just saying, even if life doesn't matter, then why not appreciate it? I really love this band. Every song they produce is just made of samples. Like every part, except for the vocals, are made from random beats, sound effects, wind instruments, comedy records, anything. It's really wild. And in this particular song, there is this innocence that is so like unique. And I don't know, man, there's no other song out there that can make me feel the same way as I do when I hear this song. Big Thief has a really interesting catalog of songs, and I particularly love Vampire Empire, but this song really sticks out to me because it feels much different than their other songs. There's like this build-up that they have, and then it just comes crashing down real quick. So cool. Crumb also has a unique style of being like super hypnotic, but in this one it feels like, I don't know what it is. It's like that reverb on the guitar, and I don't know what it is, the wah-wah, the little stick on the guitar. Something just so cool. This song is just sad. It's about suicidal attempts, being shunned from a community, losing faith, parents dying, and then it just ends with loneliness. I did not listen to lyrics the first time I heard this song, and it was a big shock to me when I realized what it was actually about. America has some of the best harmonies ever, and I think that this song does that justice. This song doesn't make any sense, and the songwriter even admits to it. He said, "I always loved The Wizard of Oz as a kid. Very obscure lyrics, great grammar." And I think I'll start saying the gift of gab more often because of this song. Weird phrase. I love Steely Dan. I'm a big fan, that's all I can say. This song is their most famous, and it makes sense. It has one of the best solos ever. They use an electric sitar, which is, like, I've never heard of that before, but that's cool. The album, What's Going On, its first track being titled the same, it's kind of confusing, is number 1 on the Rolling Stones top 100 albums of all time, and it's on there for a good reason. This album battles themes of police brutality, social injustice, the Vietnam War. It's like a time capsule, describing the whole situation so clearly. This song is just about writer's block. You wouldn't really get that from like how crazy the whole sound on this song is. The songwriter was up at 3:34 a.m. trying to write a song, and all he could think about was the time. So it's just, I don't know, kind of cool.